All right. Hello, everyone. How we doing today? Today we are going way, way back to the year 2000. Comic book movies finally got their stride going, as we know it now, to X-Men.
I cannot believe that this movie is 25 years old.
I hate that.
Okay, like that sounds bad enough, right? But let me put this in another perspective. They started filming this right before Hugh Jackman turned 31. So he was 30 when they started filming this.
I hate that.
I mean, like, yeah, saying, oh, it's 25 years ago, that sounds bad. But saying that Hugh Jackman was 30 at the beginning of filming is so much worse.
Wow. So, I mean, before this, comic book movies, had a couple here and there, but, nothing that blew up except for maybe Batman, the first one.
Yeah, that's true. Those got a good amount of attention. But that was a 12-year gap, I think, between the first Batman,
before this,
not the first Batman, not the Adam West Batman, the Tim Burton one.
Before this, we had Blade, which, okay, fine, but Marvel didn't have that big movie until this, and this was huge when it came out.
Yeah.
I already knew about the X-Men before seeing this movie because of the 90s cartoon.
Yeah, no, I watched that all the time. It's crazy how little I remember it, though, because I was watching X-Men 97. Did you watch X-Men 97?
I have not seen it.
I was watching that, and I'm like, man, I don't remember any of the stuff it's referencing from the old cartoon. But thankfully, it's a self-contained story, so it works.
Might be worth rewatching at some point.
I tried to, but it's aged a lot.
Maybe I'll give it a shot one of these days. But so I already knew Professor Xavier, Cyclops, Wolverine, Magneto, Rogue. I already knew all these characters. But it's different seeing them in a cartoon than seeing them on a movie. It was now it didn't have the same impact for me personally that Spider-Man did because I was a bigger Spider-Man fan. But still, I was like, oh, that's Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Though I do remember people, and even to this day, they're like, yeah, but he doesn't look anything like Wolverine. He's too tall and good looking.
I'm glad you brought that up because this is something I wanted to point out anyway. There are certain actors, I can only think of 3, that completely define a comic book character on film to the point where I can't see anyone else being them. That would be Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Ryan Reynolds is new for you on that list. Usually you just say Robert Downey Jr. and Hugh Jackman, but Ryan Reynolds is new.
Yeah, but let's be real. Who else could be Deadpool now?
It's also just the passion he has behind it.
He's just such the perfect Deadpool.
But I don't know. We might be walking a dangerous line talking about Ryan Reynolds right now. Suddenly the internet hates him. I don't know what happened with that, but lately, he's been getting, I don't know, something happened.
But the point I'm trying to make is people who bitched about Hugh Jackman being too tall for the role, STFU. This guy he's Wolverine. He is Wolverine. And even from the beginning, it's just no, that he's Wolverine. He is perfect Wolverine.
No, he does a good job. He sells the intensity and still is likable. He's obviously, a little bit less gruff than the old Wolverine was, but he's just so entertaining to watch.
Yeah. It's to the point where he might be the most iconic actor for a comic book character ever in film.
Even more than Robert Downey Jr., the King?
I mean, he's been Wolverine since 2000.
Yes, he did it first. He beat him by almost a decade. And
it's just great that I can't see anybody else as Iron Man, but come on. They brought him into the MCU.
Yeah, and he's gonna be doing it till he's 90.
They're never gonna let him stop. But it's not just
he's thinking about leaving. Throw more money at him.
But it's not just him. Patrick Stewart, amazing Professor Xavier.
Oh yeah, that one was perfect. I don't think anybody complained.
No, Ian McKellen's great as Magneto.
I don't remember. He seems to have fun with the role in this movie. He just
and something about him that's new for a comic book movie at this point. He's a villain that you actually kind of get where they're coming from because that beginning scene with Magneto, that's a hook.
Yeah, you can see why he lost his faith in humanity if he ever even had it. That would That would do it, especially if you know what happens after from the context with First Class.
Uh-huh. Now, granted, we've had good movie villains for comic movies in the past, like Jack Nicholson as Joker, but you never were like, oh, I understand why you're doing what you're doing. You're just like, oh, you're a bad guy. The hero needs to stop you, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of movies where it's like, oh, why are they doing what they're doing? They're bad. That's why.
Whereas this is the first comic movie I can think of where it's like, oh yeah, Magneto. I get where you're coming from. You're going about it the wrong way, but I can see why you took this leap.
And that's always been, it's always supposed to be Professor X and Magneto are both trying to make things better for mutants. They're just not the same approach at all. Xavier's, hey, let's, get along with humans. And Magneto's like, maybe let's just get rid of them.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I was surprised, even when I was a kid, how big of a role Rogue had in this movie.
Yes, I always, whenever I thought back to this movie, I always thought of Logan and Rogue as the main characters.
I mean, cause that's really who the movie wants to focus up on. Now, following from this movie onward, it's mainly just Wolverine. Like every other movie's like, oh, Wolverine's the main character, but at least
which usually the focus would be on Cyclops.
No, not in these movies. It's mainly about Wolverine. Which
it just, I guess people gravitated towards him, and they're hey,
he's been the most popular X-Men for years.
Keep doing what works.
That's part of why I think the Avengers started focusing more on Iron Man than anybody.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he was also kind of seen as an obscure character in 2008 when that came out,
and then he just became like the biggest superhero in the world. Okay, sure.
This is the power that Marvel used to have. Marvel movies, early MCU.
But there are other characters, like, for example, Cyclops, you mentioned. He's just kind of there.
He really is. So is Storm, honestly. She has a few good moments, but...
And that's Halle Berry, and you just have Halle Berry just there.
She's just there to be there.
Jean Grey has a decent role. Actually, her grabbing Cerebro, I thought was a pretty cool character moment.
Yeah. It's funny. I find it funny. I know it hasn't happened yet, but it's just funny that she struggles with Cerebro so much when she's as powerful as she is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Again, she doesn't know that yet, but still, just the fact it's like, yeah, but you're much stronger.
You're much stronger than you realize, little one. But we'll get to that in 2 movies. What was I going to say too? However, if there is a negative I have about this movie, most of the villains, aside from Mystique, are just kind of there to be henchmen.
Yes, that is true.
Like Sabretooth and Toad.
Yep.
They're just there. And I don't know what happened to them because you never see them again till Deadpool and Wolverine. So,
yeah, I'll talk about them a little bit more towards the end. But that is true.
I don't get how Lee F. Schreiber became Tyler Mane, but whatever.
We don't talk about origins. That didn't happen.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We will talk about that.
Oh God, it's not in my head canon.
And when the senator got turned into a mutant, that was freaky.
Squishy jellyfish man.
Dude, that was gross.
How do you have a super gruesome scene happen without it getting an R rating? Make him water.
Yeah. That whole thing made me uneasy. I forgot about all that too, because I haven't watched this movie since I was a kid. So I was like, whoa.
Really? That's surprising. I at the very most every couple of years. I used to watch it way more often, but yeah, it's been probably 2 or 3 years since I watched it.
I have no reason not to have watched it, but I just hadn't got around to it. Is the best answer I got for you.
How strange. Well, as I told you I would, since Anthony couldn't make it to this, I did find some nitpicks.
Yeah. So, for context...
Although, I gotta say, when I was thinking back to this, I thought the CG had aged poorly, but for the most part, it holds up pretty well. There's a few wonky shots, but for 2000, this was not bad most of the time.
I've heard some people, I'm not going to name names, Anthony.
I knew it.
Say this movie doesn't hold up. It totally does. I don't know what you're talking about.
It does.
What really I think sells the movie is the chemistry between Logan and Marie, or Wolverine and Rogue. Like
She never goes by. Unlike Logan, who kind of goes back and forth between Logan and Wolverine, and both
he's
work.
always Rogue.
She never goes by Marie.
But like their chemistry, I think, is the highest selling point of the movie. Granted, it's never followed up on again after this movie. But as far as I remember,
I mean, they still had interactions, but I think maybe it's because they didn't want to push the narrative that there was a romantic thing there, so they
because
moved away from it.
He's like 100,
and she's like 17, if that.
Oh, also, okay, one little itty bitty nitpick I have is Wolverine is coming on way too strong with Jean Grey, bro.
Yeah, no, that's always been a problem with this, and it's weird. He kind of hates Scott for no reason, because you want to be like, oh, it's a jealousy thing, but he's already being a dick to him before he even finds out they're in a relationship.
One of my favorite lines in the movie: "Whoa, it's me! Prove it! You're a dick."
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Speaking on that humor, like there's a few jokes in here, but this movie is actually pretty dark.
Yeah, there are some jokes here and there, but granted, given a subject matter, yeah,
potentially turning a bunch of people into mush. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, when you have the opening shot in Nazi Germany with mutants, I mean,
yeah,
and when Rogue was like, "Are you gonna kill me?" Magneto was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh wow, okay, you're not even trying, dude."
Well, I mean, at least the guy's honest.
I mean, fair. And
I'm still wondering, how did Logan get metal balls?
Weapon X.
That doesn't. I don't. That. No,
those aren't bones. So, like, what? I don't know.
Oh, that bar scene towards the beginning, it's about to be done for basically the third time when the game comes out, because there was this. The Wolverine also had a similar scene. And then, that the game looks like it's going to have it too. So,
assuming the game even comes out.
But let's just be hopeful. But honestly,
it's been 4 years since they announced it, and we've heard nothing. Just saying. 4 years. I know they were working on Spider-Man 2 also, but like it's been 4 years, guys. Give us some sort of update. Anyway, did Wolverine ever say the word bub?
Yeah, he actually said it to Sabretooth when he gets back inside the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Ah, very good.
Because I thought that too. I was like, oh, he did say it in this.
I forgot. It's one of his like catchphrases, bub.
The only reason I was able to answer that question was because, yes, I did make... No, I didn't write it, but I was like, oh yeah, he said it.
Also, Iceman doesn't really do anything. He's just kind of in this movie to be in this movie.
He can freeze fire. That is a next level kind of ability.
Yeah, but I forgot how little he does in this. He's just there to say, "Hi, I'm Iceman. I'm here."
Pretty much. We'll see you later. Oh, and this is something. So Kitty Pryde is in all 3 movies, and she's a completely different person, different character, different age each time.
Yeah, she's like Anakin Skywalker.
Okay. Yep.
I know Kitty Pryde as Elliot Page, so when I saw somebody else walk through a wall, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, and it's not just like, oh, that's another character with that power. Xavier says, bye, Kitty.
Mm-hmm, so it's supposed to be Kitty Pryde. I forgot how many times they changed that character's actress or actor or whatever.
Because in the second one, Kitty's like a little girl.
What?
There's a little girl who sinks through a bed. Who else would that be?
Continuity. What's that in the X-Men movies?
The X-Men has some of the worst continuity. It's all over the place, especially as far as the timeline is concerned.
And there's 2, and then they like shatter it, and then, yeah.
I mean, you look at how much they age between, say, Apocalypse and this movie. It's like, what happened to you in 10 years?
Isn't Apocalypse technically like an alternate timeline now?
At this point, it is, but it was played as like, oh, this is what they looked like when they were younger. So you get to the 90s, and they still look like that.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it later. Let's box it up to the first X-Men movie where things made sense, sort of.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Stan Lee cameo before he had lines. He was just standing there on the beach.
Yes. He just kind of looked like...
He's not even the focus of the shot. He's just kind of off to the side. He's there. It's like, hey,
dude, like
that's that.
I forgot because I always remembered the scene where the kid was poking the jellyfish, and I forgot what movie that was from for years. And then I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's a weird scene to have engraved in your brain.
I don't know why. I have a scene of a kid poking a jellyfish.
Yeah, every once in a while you're just like,
where
was that scene where the kid was poking the jellyfish? Figure this out eventually.
That was in X-Men. Now I understand. Of all things to be confused by.
Yep. That you know that part where Magneto fires the gun at the guy and he's just sitting there with the bullet spinning against his head?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just move?
Because he's stupid.
I mean, like, you could be like, oh, he's pulling his outfit towards him. Something metal on his outfit's getting pulled towards the bullet, but he could still move his head. Like, I've never understood
right or left, dude. Like,
why doesn't the guy just move? He's just sitting there screaming as a bullet spins against his head. It's like, dude, yeah, exactly. Are you pushing into it?
He might be.
Oh man.
But no, also, this is the only comic book movies at the time I could think of where the main villain isn't killed at the end.
Yeah, well, because they wanted it. They wanted to do him more. That like you get. There's a lot more potential for Magneto. They could not.
I mean, you say that, but they straight up just killed the Joker in the first Batman movie. So, and that's the Joker.
Well, that was also in that movie, Batman does kill, and nobody cared about it back then.
Fair.
What was the fan base response to Mystique being naked? I cannot remember. I'm
not going to complain about it.
I think that reaction right there is exactly why they did it. And technically, yeah, she's always naked, so they just went with it. But like, people had to have had opinions on that.
I mean, I can't tell you because I was like 8 when this movie came out, so I don't know.
So this was your awakening then?
Yeah. I do remember like specifically asking to go see this in the theater when I was a kid, and it was awesome.
It was.
I don't understand how people think this movie doesn't hold up. It totally does.
No, I honestly thought there were going to be a lot more cheesy moments. I'm seriously trying to nitpick it, but and there are definitely moments. There's silly moments, but like, I'm jumping around a lot. After Sabretooth attacks Logan and Rogue in the middle of the forest or whatever, why did Logan stay unconscious for so long after that? Because they got him all the way back to the school and like he's still unconscious.
Because contrived writing.
Yeah, that one's a bit.
That one's a stretch. That's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
Because in the second one, he gets shot in the head, gets knocked out. Yeah, sure, okay. And then he gets up like seconds later. Because
like in this movie, he gets launched out of his truck.
And then there's that.
Through the windshield, gets up and regenerates, he's fine. And then Sabretooth slams him and he's just unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the car crash was, your skin was torn off. Pretty sure that was worse than Sabretooth just slamming you. But
definitely a stretch. I wonder if that's the first time that Logan has woken up stabbing somebody.
Bro, that part messed with me because I forgot about that. I was like, oh shit.
Because if you watch the Wolverine, he also wakes up a little stabby, and I'm like, okay, so this is not a one-time thing. This has happened before.
This is just who you are.
There's just some random hookup he had back in the 70s, and no, he wouldn't have had the trauma back then. But...
I did like too, at the end of the movie where when they defeat Magneto and the white comes on Rogue's hair. I thought that was really cool because she's supposed to have the white in her hair. So I was like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, so why did that happen? Just to make her look like she does in the comic.
Yes, I'm fine with
that. Why'd the machine do that? Just to make her look like she's supposed.
There is a big thing about Rogue that's never in any of these movies.
That she has the ability to fly that stays?
No, it's more about it's a personality thing. Her love interest is just not in these movies.
Well, he's in one that's not canon and one that never happened.
How do you not have Gambit?
Yeah.
That's a thing about all these movies. How do you not have Gambit? He's one of the coolest X-Men. How is he not there?
Well, they do now, but I don't think they're gonna do that now.
Technically, he never existed, according to himself. I just don't get how you just don't use Gambit. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuff that gets dropped for simplicity's sake, and because the movie does make it work. Like whether you know X-Men or not, you'll still have a good time with this movie.
Well, yeah, no, this is one of those that you don't need to know the source material that well. But
no, except for stuff like the yellow spandex joke.
Yeah, that one made me chuckle. I was like, because it looks so much cooler in Deadpool and Wolverine than his suit right now.
X-Men 97 actually clapped back at that line.
Did it really?
Completely reversed it.
That's awesome. I still think of the early 2000s, like this and Spider-Man, I think were the top 2 comic book movies.
Yeah, definitely. For they really kicked off the.
If I'm completely honest, I would watch Spider-Man over this basically anytime. Even though I do
also
think Hugh Jackman is way better as Wolverine than Tobey Maguire is as Spider-Man. Shoot me if you want.
No comment.
But overall, I have more fun with Spider-Man than I do with X-Men. Not saying X-Men's bad, because I don't think it's bad at all.
No, but it's just, no matter how you spin it, Spider-Man's still Spider-Man.
Exactly, because it's Spider-Man.
I have a corner dedicated to him in this very room.
My stepdaughter got me a Spider-Man poster for my birthday, and I hung it up on my wall recently. It looks so cool.
Nice.
Yeah. A couple of announcements I would like to make. Cody's gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh god, dang it.
We have a Discord server now. So if you would like to join, the link will be in the description of the video.
You're right.
It's
so how many more channels are we gonna add now?
I guess we'll see. We've had a server forever, but it was usually just me and Cody on it. Now it's just kind of blown up. So I might as well just see if fans want to join in. Why the hell not?
I'll put it in the description. You don't want to say the tag because it could always change. Yeah,
exactly. But it'll be in the link of every video from now on. I'm giving Cody much more work.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, but yeah, this was solid. I was actually really happy I rewatched this after all these years. And as an adult, I understood a lot of what was going on a lot more than fighting. Oh, that's also another reason I think Spider-Man might be better, is because the fight scenes are just a lot more exciting in Spider-Man than they are in this.
Again, because Spider-Man is still Spider-Man. It's not. That is also a factor in the fights. Okay, so just to wrap this up with a few nitpicks, because I honestly couldn't find that many. There were a few towards the end though. This actually isn't a nitpick. This one's just what happened there. At one point, when Mystique is sort of transforming into Logan, she replicates his claws. He cuts those claws off. What happened? What happened there?
I guess because they weren't adamantium, she was just kind of copying it. So
no. I get why they got cut off, but what got cut off?
Huh? Interesting.
That was part of her body. What part?
Her nails.
I hope so, but she screamed
like I got.
It seemed like it hurt.
Yeah. Okay. That's just one of those things about Mystique's powers. Like, sometimes they don't make a whole lot of sense.
So that one wasn't a nitpick. That's just like, what? Huh? And maybe it is a nitpick. I don't know. This is a nitpick. That for sure would not have killed Sabretooth.
What, the laser?
The laser and the fall. Like, he's fine, right?
He should not be dead, but you never see him again.
I mean, this is a Mace Windu situation. He's fine.
My whole thing is, the only reason I think he might be dead is because you never see him again.
Maybe. Unless that actually is the same one in Deadpool and Wolverine. It might be the same Sabretooth.
It has to be, right? He was just pulled into the void because you never see him again? Is that what happened?
Maybe it happened right there. Maybe that was the moment.
But then Toad, I feel like Toad had to have actually died.
You'd think so, but again,
if he didn't, in the void
maybe
too.
Maybe he also got pulled from that moment. I don't know. And then another actual nitpick: why do fully healed cuts open back up? Because his powers are being siphoned.
Because
they're sealed. Like they don't just go backwards because his powers are gone. He doesn't just unheal.
That's not. I mean, yeah, your powers healed your skin, but your skin is now healed.
Exactly.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
Now I've always had that problem. Now you're talking about reversing time. That's not what's happening there.
There's no way to make that reverse time.
Oh yeah. Well, that was something.
We'll talk about that when we get to Disney. We got a long way to go for that.
And then the last nitpick, and this actually happens a few times throughout the series, that prison, and really no prison except unless there's some kind of field around it, could not possibly hold Magneto.
You have to have literally all plastic, otherwise you're screwed.
Or just have an all plastic. This is impossible. Have an all plastic prison out in the middle of space. Like he has to be so far away from metal.
Like if somebody will show up like drunk and there'll be iron in their blood, and he's like, "Oh hey, look, I'm out."
No, but just hit the range on his powers is so far that unless that pit that he's in is miles wide with no metal, he can.
You gotta do
still reach it.
You got to do what they did to Conquest at the end of season 3. It's just like lock him so far underground that
there's metal underground.
Oh, then they're fucked.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't just dig a pit and there's no metal there. There's metal everywhere.
Good luck. I don't know how. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it in X2.
Okay, but those, I mean, again, none of those things ruin the movie. They are just nitpicks. I had to find a few since Anthony didn't show up. I had to find a few.
They needed to defeat Magneto, so without killing him. So they had to, for now, beat him.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't kill him off though, because Magneto's too important to X-Men to just die.
Yeah, I mean, you got freaking Xavier dies like 3 times.
I am excited to see these characters again in Doomsday though. That'll be neat.
I think Magneto only died on screen once.
When did he die on screen? I don't remember.
Days of Future Past.
Shit.
His death is referenced in Deadpool and Wolverine, but you got Xavier dying on screen 3 separate times. And I think Magneto only died once on screen.
Yeah, that's X3, Logan, and Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
But, Cody, my friend, what are we talking about next time?
Dude, I have been struggling with that answer so many times. I have 4 things written here, and I don't know which way I want to go with it.
Give me options.
Old, obscure, bad comic book movie, Disney movie.
Disney movie.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Excellent. All right. I've only seen this once. This will be fun.
Wow, I've seen this a lot.
Well, now, thank you guys so much for listening to us talk about X-Men today. I do appreciate it. Shut up, Anthony. And we will see you guys next time for Wreck-It Ralph. Until then, take care.